What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Giganato Gaming here, and welcome back to another episode of Jurassic World Evolution 2. We are going to do something that we haven't done in a hot minute. We are going to build a park. However, to change it up, there's going to be one major difference. Every single dinosaur that we are going to release in this park is going to be completely white. That's right. All albino dinosaurs. So first things first, what we're going to do is create the entranceway. Now, I kind of want to get like a little unique with this. Hang around. You have like a hotel, a bathroom, everything here. It's not asymmetrical. This isn't asymmetrical, but you know what? It's fine. Alright, I might play around with that off camera. First things first, let's go ahead and build the hotel. Let's put like a big hotel like in the middle, so people can stay there. And then we need some amenities, of course. Let's get some large amenities. Maybe get like a food over here. A drink next to it. Again, both of them should be together. And a shopping. We're going to put the shopping next to that. And then inside, we're probably going to put in a bathroom in here. And then, of course, we need an emergency shelter to go over here as well. So let's get one of those emergency shelters. Maybe we'll put it over here. There we go. This is our little facility that we have. Maybe we'll put some, like, decorations over here. Maybe we could put some, like, tables and chairs. Tables and chairs so people can sit down and eat. We'll put some tables and chairs over here. Maybe put, like, a statue over here. Maybe the Spinosaurus skeleton could, like, go in, like, the back over here. And then maybe we could add some, like, trees and whatever. Alright. We got some trees. We got some vegetation. Maybe we should add a fountain. Let me see if we can find a fountain. One on this side and one on this side. Yeah, just to make it a little more unique. Alright, now to add in our first dinosaur. So now, we have the rule that we can only have all white dinosaurs. This is an albino park, pretty much. So let's get our first enclosure going. So I'm thinking we go over here, and we could have our first two enclosures here. So let's have like this. And as we're doing this, if you find yourself enjoying this video and want more content like this, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe for more. It would really help out a ton. Let's see if we could get this channel to 1,500 subscribers. That would be super amazing. But with that, let's begin the video. So yeah, let's get like maybe a group of small herbivores living in here. Alright, so what do we want to throw in first? I'm thinking, why don't we throw Struthiomimus in? Because, no, Gallimimus I'll probably put in like a bigger enclosure. Where's Struthiomimus? There it is. Alright, let's see if we can get some that's like, alright, Keelan Mountains, blank pattern. I think those are our white Struthiomimuses done. Our first dinosaur is being added in. I think they want ground leaf. Yeah, ground leaf. We can throw some ground leaf in. Give me a second. Ground leaf. There we go. So they should have food, and let's get some viewing domes. And then we'll probably add in a couple more herbivores in here. Maybe some small herbivores, maybe Nasutoceratops or Amargasaurus. You know, whatever's white, you know. Alright, let's check out our Gallimimuses, or Struthiomimuses. And I think that's as white as they're gonna get. There we go. And we should definitely add in a white Indoraptor at some point. Definitely. Alright. What about a Amargasaurus? Do they have, like, something here? We're going to keep it small herbivores. Amargasaurus, where's that? Ha! There it is. There we go. What about Nasutoceratops? Do they have, like, a Keelan Mountains pattern? Ooh, Yukon River. That could work, too. Blank pattern. There we go. And what about Homalocephalae? I want to add those cute little guys. They're so adorable. And maybe Microceratus. Yeah, we'll add 2 more in. Alright, let's take a look at the Amargasaurs. Okay, that's more brown than white. I don't know. Maybe if I see them in the sunlight, I might see some white, but I don't know. Yeah, they look more brown than they do white. You know what, let's get a response facility going and just, like, get rid of them. In the meantime, let's take a look at the Pseudoceratopses. I don't know about that. They look more brown than they do white. Can it, like, not be nightfall? You know what? Let me change that real quick. I can change that in settings. There we go, so I can get a better look. You know what? They're white enough. We'll, like, pass that on. They're albino enough. Alright, so we've got albino Pseudoceratopses and some albino Struthiomimuses. Alright, so these Pseudos are walking in the way. Let's make sure they get out of the way. Alright, let's release the Homalocephalae next. Let's see how they look. Okay, we're in the shade. Let's see. Get in the light. You know what? That's good enough. That's good enough. Yeah, so we've got our albino park entering the way. Like, getting in production. Alright, let's see if we, let's put in one more herbivore. I'm thinking Microceratus. Something a little small. Alright, let's release them. And that'll be the final herbivore we release. Alright, what do you guys want? Ground fiber. Okay. There we go. You got food. Alright, Microceratus, let's see how they look. Yep, that's good enough. That's good enough. That's okay if they have a little bit of color. That's totally fine. As long as their base color is albino. Alright, what do you guys want? Ground fiber and ground leaf. Alright, you guys should be good. Alright, that's our first enclosure done. We could probably make that a little bit smaller. There we go. Alright, maybe add some more forest here. So they have some privacy anyway. Alright, so that's the first enclosure done. For the next one, let's move on to like a carnivore. Maybe get our first carnivore going. Would Velociraptor be good? For a Atrociraptor, we could just use the ghost skin. We could just use the ghost skin for a Atrociraptor. You know, we'll probably throw that in. Atrociraptor, let's go. There we go. We got that going. Alright, so what do we want for a carnivore? Something relatively small. What about Megalosaurus? I know that's like a medium-sized carnivore. We got Keelan Mountains. I'm just wondering, does T-Rex have a Keelan Mountains color? Or like a white color or something? Yeah, I think T-Rex might be out of the question. What about Giganotosaurus? Wait a minute. I'm pretty sure the Dominion one might have a white Salvbard. How come the default doesn't have a Salvbard, but the Dominion one does? Yeah, the Dominion Giga has like a white skin. So, yeah. We might go for that at some point. Alright, let's focus on smaller carnivores. Let's see, how about Utahraptor? I mean, I was gonna throw in... yeah, I don't know. I think Utahraptor might be out of the question here. Let's go with the sure thing. Let's go with Atrociraptor. Before we just use the ghost one, I kind of want to see if they have another form. They do. Let's just stick with blank patterns for right now. I don't really want any patterns because patterns might ruin the vibe if they're like too colorful. You know what I'm saying? The ghost skin would have been a sure thing. Or maybe we'll add one ghost. We'll have 7 Atrociraptors. One of them be ghost. There we go. This way here, we've got a pack, and hopefully Ghost is the leader. We'll give her 3 traits. You know what I forgot to do? Enable unlimited traits. Alright, let's wait for Ghost to arrive. Let's just have the one Ghost. She can be the leader. She's like, hey, where are all my friends? I guess I'm alone. You won't be alone for long, though. Here come your friends now. You know what? That's good enough. They're mostly white. That's good enough. We got our albino Atrociraptors here. Looking cool. So now Ghost at least has friends. Let me just name you Ghost, so we know. So we've got our pack of Atrociraptors. 7 members. Alright. You know, we'll add one more enclosure for today, and I'm thinking we add in something a little bit larger. Maybe we could add in the Giganotosaurus, because that's pretty big. And then next episode, we can work on, like, a Gyrosphere Tour or something. Yeah, because I think T-Rex might be out of the question, because I don't really see, like, a skin for them that's, like, albino. I wonder if albino baryonyxes are a thing. We could have a bunch of leucistic baryonyxes. Maybe we could name one of them Rudy. That could be awesome. Alright, let's get, like... Alright, since this guy's a little larger, let's get, like, a viewing log over here. We'll get 2 Giganotosaurs. And then maybe a viewing dome over here. And a viewing dome over here. Yeah, that could work. Alright, this will be our last enclosure for today. There we go. Before we do, let's see if Baryonyx has, like, an albino skin. You know what? Okay, that could work. I'm just going to go ahead and save that for now. Alright, Giganotosaurus. This is where you are going to go. Alright, we got the Dominion one. We've got Svalbard blank pattern. I think that's the closest we'll get to having an albino Giganotosaurus. We'll have to look at it and see how it looks. I'm pretty sure Cookies and Cream is mainly white with, like, brown spots. We'll have a pair of them. And you know what? We could add in Baryonyx while we wait. You know what? Let's do just that. Baryonyx. While the Giganotosaurs hatch up, let's get Baryonyx in here. I wonder if the leucistic Baryonyx will make it into Jurassic World Evolution 3. Maybe not the base game, but, like, in a DLC anyway. That would be amazing. There we go. Alright, that's good. Let's release our albino Giganotosaurs. Oh, yeah. Yep, that's good. That's good. That'll boost the ratings for sure. Having an apex predator right off the bat. And of course I'll do the amenities off camera like I always do. And let's get the Baryonyxes going. Then this'll be the last one we do for today. Alright, Baryonyx. Restroom coverage low. Yeah, whatever. Stop complaining. There we go. Some albino Baryonyxes, and I want to name the leader Rudy. And then another one I'll probably name it Leucistic. Or Lucy for short. You know, that's a great idea for an OC. Like adding on to the Leucistic Baryonyx, we name her Lucy. Yeah, that could be a great idea, actually. Alright, let's see how they look. That's great. You know what? That's good enough. Albino baryonyxes. Let's go. Alright, who's the leader here? Who's the leader? You're the leader? We're going to call you Rudy. And then this one here we'll call Leucistic. I don't know if that's how you spell leucistic, but it's there. As for the Giganotosaurs, I want to name one of them Skeletor. You can be Skeletor. Skeletor the Giganotosaurus. Alright, and of course we will continue this as time goes on, expand this into a big park with all albino dinosaurs. But until then, that's going to wrap it up for this episode. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. It would really help out a ton. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.